Alright, today I'm doing an interesting lesson mixing in a good vocabulary word along with a couple of phrases, if you will. Phrases that sort of have to do with this vocabulary word, and you'll see how this plays out. So, the word is delusional. Let's talk about that one first. If you are delusional, stop it. Don't be. If somebody is delusional, basically they're kind of crazy. What they think is completely away from reality. It has nothing to do with reality. So for example, if I thought that I was the fastest swimmer in the world, which I'm not, obviously, that would be completely delusional. I would be delusional. If someone said, like, if I said that to someone, they'd be like, dude, you're delusional. What are you talking about? Or if someone, just a regular, like if I said I'm the tallest person in the world, delusional. No, I'm not. So anytime you think something is true, you really believe it's true, but it's not at all, it's not in reality, that is delusional, completely delusional. Or if I think, maybe I'm going to win, just something completely unrealistic, like I'm going to make the NBA, start being a professional basketball player one day, unrealistic, delusional, crazy thinking, crazy talk. So now these kind of mix in with that, in some way. You'll see what I mean. So I want to make phrases now that sort of have to do with the word delusional with get your head out of something. It's interesting how often we have phrases where you've got your head in somewhere that it shouldn't be. So first one is the sand. So sand, of course, if you're on a beach, the beach is made of sand. The animal, the big bird, the ostrich, the bird's kind of weird. It's funny, cute actually. Sticks his head or her head in the sand. So the bird's long legs, put the head in the sand, and basically they don't want to know the truth. So they're not being delusional, but they don't want to know reality. They're escaping reality. So there could be an animal running and chasing to eat the bird. Bird's got its head in the sand, so it can't see anything, and it almost thinks if I can't see it, then it can't be true. So the way humans use that, like say somebody doesn't want to go to the doctor, or they're looking at, because they're afraid of that they might be sick, or something like, that would be having your head in the sand because you don't want to know the truth. Might not even be bad truth. You just don't want to know the truth. Or maybe your business isn't going well, but you're not paying attention to how much money you're making or not making. You got your head in the sand, not paying attention to something because you don't want to know the truth. You might have your head in the sand in your relationship. You don't want to know exactly what's going on, so you're kind of afraid. If you're afraid to know the truth, not paying attention, you got your head in the sand. So it kind of relates to delusion a little bit. The clouds, so in the sky, you got these white puffy clouds. Someone said, get your head out of the clouds, or why do you have your head in the clouds? It's a little different than the sand. You're not avoiding reality because you're scared of it. You're just kind of going through life like, you know, you just think you're dreaming a lot. You're thinking, you're not being realistic. You're not afraid of reality, but you're not being realistic. You're just sort of having fun thinking about whatever. Like your parents might say to a university kid, get your head out of the clouds, start studying, and get a real job. Start getting realistic. Get your head out of the clouds. Stop dreaming. Stop daydreaming about some crazy life that's not going to happen. So don't be delusional and think you don't have to work hard and stuff, because you do, probably. Get your head out of the clouds, get back down to earth, be reasonable. This one, your ass, your butt. No one would actually put their head in there, but your boss or someone might get angry with you and be like, hey, get your head out of your ass, your coach. You're playing a sports team, they want to win. Get your head out of your ass. It means like, whoa, pay attention. Like, what's going on? It's like a wake-up call. They're saying, let's go. Pay attention. We got some serious stuff to do. Take your head out of your ass. We need to start paying attention to what's important. So, this is saying pay very close attention to reality. Take your head out of your ass, pay attention to reality. So slightly different in a way, but all very related. So when you get your head out of any of these things, you're becoming more in tune with reality. You're facing reality for possibly a different reason and not being delusional, which is believe in a bunch of made up crazy stuff. So they all tie in. I think it was a great lesson. Hope you learned something there.